guys, and welcome to Xbox On. Last week we were lucky enough to be invited to an exclusive London event, showcasing the latest news and gameplay around Metro Exodus. Our experience taught us a lot about what to expect, and thanks to global brand manager lead Hugh Bainan, we have 6 amazing things to show you to get excited for on release for February 15th.
I've got something for you.
The game world is stunning, there is no question about that. I'm sure that's helped with the Xbox One X's powerful enhancements adding a little more pizzazz, but it wasn't until we got fully stuck in that we realised just how important it is to comb through this gorgeous world, both thoroughly and thoughtfully.
Let's go!
This is no walk in the countryside. Every cave, hole, building, or oddly shaped rock has been placed for a specific reason, and it's your job to figure out why. Exploration rewards you with the materials and map knowledge you'll need to not just get from A to B, but to do so alive. Secret areas are found only by the most inquisitive of explorers, and attempts to sprint your way through in a manner that traditional FPS titles might permit will see you out of ammo, out of medkits, and out of luck. Even when everything is reasonably calm, there's often a mutant skulking around or an "oh dear god, what is that?" flying above, so there's little time to take in the scenery unless you find yourself a suitable vantage point. We were told that getting our backs to a wall and whipping out the binoculars would have been the best method, but you'd live and learn. Well, we learned anyway. As you can imagine, exploration and scavenging go hand in hand in Metro Exodus. You need the things, you go find the things. But there's a deeper art here than what you would imagine. Sure, it still involves turfing out the pockets of some poor soul you've repeatedly clobbered over the head, but this is now a requirement rather than a leisurely pastime. If you do not go in that cave, fight up a bunch of enemies armed to the teeth to pick up that one backpack that may be at the end, then you will be in no fit state for the next intense cave-based combat you find yourself in. There are so many hidden nooks and crannies to search, you'll find yourself praying to happen upon useful bits and pieces of some description at all times. Traditionally, there is a level of risk-reward to these endeavours. Battle your way through hordes of enemies, taking down the last big guy to find the best loot. But here, you are just as likely to find a dead end and little fewer troubles. It gives the world a level of authenticity while scavenging, where you could be out of medkits and you're saved by stumbling over a backpack in the wilderness just because you happen to search that little bit harder out of pure desperation. Searching and scavenging all make up part of the greater Metro experience, which to me is the survivor experience. Being made to feel like it is you versus the elements, versus the mutants, versus the snakes? Sure, anything seems to go here. We've seen a lot of what Metro does to accomplish this, but it wasn't until we got to play that we realised how important the little things are here. We've played a ton of open world games, and you get accustomed to the simple things that help you through, like a mini-map, tooltips, a compass, a health bar. Well, forget that, because this is no picnic. The HUD is almost entirely clean for most of your journey, with only the occasional button prompt for company. Your D-pad is your best friend, as this brings up your quick select options, but even this will only offer up your basic survival gear, your torch, watch, gas mask, and medkits. All essential, but it does take a while to get used to living without the extra help.
They stopped in that village there. Looks like somebody lives there.
I see.
No good survival RPG comes without crafting, and Metro Exodus is no different. We've speculated before about the level of impact crafting will have, and it turns out it's a lot. After all the hard work hunting and scavenging, this is where you can make your spoils pay off. Players can upgrade weapons, craft ammo, decoys, and more. Every bit of your kit can be enhanced in different ways, but it is the choices you make here that really affect how the game plays out. The crafting system offers you the opportunity to decide how to spend your hard-earned materials based on your playstyle. The defensive-minded may be inclined to keep their armor in tip-top condition while sneaking through enemy lines, whilst the bennies and monsters will be ramming as many steel ball bearings into their back pocket as humanly possible to go full Rambo. We found that when you lack the materials, your progression can be halted unless you make the right choice. Having enough mats to make ammo or medkits puts the onus on you as the player to decide. Do I load up my meds or blaze my way in? Do I have long enough on my gas mask filters if I'm caught in a storm? This drives home that feeling of survival at all costs while placing your fate in your own hands. Make every bullet and breath count, and please, don't stand in the fire. Would it truly be a Metro title if it didn't involve blasting some irradiated thing away with a shotgun straight out of an Xbox On arts and crafts project? Of course not! So it's no surprise that gunfights and general combat are ace. Especially as so many elements are built around this aspect. Enemies are everywhere, so the need for the pre-prep we've discussed is mandatory, as leaving your gun in your other radiation suit is not an excuse this world is willing to accept. You'll come across many an area filled with adversaries you'll be desperate to explore, but you have to take stock. Can I attack this given my current ammo and health situation? Do I need to resupply? Of course, you can see what happens, but failure to prepare will lead to an inescapable scenario half of the time. We found most success scouting an area, determining the amount and type of enemies we were going to face, before checking we had what we needed and more to deal with it. Planning escape routes and gauging the time and conditions also helped. It seems extreme, but there is nothing more satisfying than a well-executed plan that saves time and vital resources.
Just try to be careful, alright?
Further rewards come from the combat itself, which balances a smooth, fluid system that keeps action fast-paced and intense with a unique, clunky element. Weapons feel like they have weight and individual personalities to negotiate in combat to get the most from them, which relates directly to the apocalyptic, homegrown vibe being portrayed. Yes, that assault rifle is a monster, just make sure you have the ability to point it when a mutant is charging directly at you. Metro Exodus exudes atmosphere from its every pore, and until you experience it, it's hard to put into words. But we are still gonna damn well try. No matter where we stepped foot, there was always a sense of life and ambience in contrast to this broken, destitute land. The unpredictability of the landscape and weather made it feel you were stepping into like a different realm of existence every few minutes. Nothing sits still. Overhearing distant conversations can lead to side quest triggers or last-minute intel on an enemy's whereabouts. The small light you reluctantly turn on becomes a beacon, alerting the world to your presence, and even the distorted mumblings from beneath your gas mask keep your head swiveling around for danger. The atmospherics hide in plain sight and are one of the most striking memories we took away from the game. Everything around you feels like it has a long and complex backstory that gives the gameplay legitimacy. Those giant molehills fill you with dread once you lock eyes on them. The sprawling no man's land before you suddenly fills with ambient noises that have you hightailing it out of there as soon as possible. The world is evolving constantly, and you feel as though you have to notice. Or you pay the price. That is all for this week, so thanks so much for watching. We have plenty more we want to talk about for Metro Exodus, so stay tuned to Xbox On and leave us a like and subscribe for more. Also check out our stream of this game live very soon on mixer.com/xboxon, and we'll see you next time. Bye!